Hi, this is Andy Mann. I'm live from the Expo show floor from the DevOps Summit at CloudEXPO Silicon Valley 2016. And I'm here with Dhiraj Sehgal from Tintri. Hi Dhiraj, how you doing?
Good. How about you, Andy?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, never been better. Now, Dhiraj, tell me a little bit firstly about what Tintri does.
Sure. So we are a all-flash array storage provider, but our focus has been a lot towards the VM-aware storage, that's the virtualized applications, and as you see that proliferate into the cloud market, like people are generally working with the virtualized apps, and they are looking at the storage, which basically provides them the features and up-levels the conversation on the VM level, the application level, instead of the storage runs and volumes.
Ah, excellent. Now, so there's a lot of activity here at the DevOps Summit. What are you talking about? What are you doing here at the DevOps Summit?
Sure. So we just did a great presentation, and there was a session in regards to how in DevOps people are looking at like accelerating their development cycle, accelerating or putting more releases out there, and then occasionally like looking and reverting back into different type of test methodologies. So basically the principle of DevOps, where developers are looking to increase the feature velocity, and test folks are basically looking to do more multiple iterations of their testing matrix, and then if there is anything which goes wrong or they have to come back, they can pick and choose in time like what type of data they have to test or the codes they have to pick. So that was the talk, and it rhymed with many of the folks which we talked before the session and after the session, that is the real bottleneck they are running into. Like an example is one of the persons shared with us was so they have a developer who asked for an SLA in regards to they wanted to get a data from the clone production environment, and what he talked about is, okay, for a single copy he had to submit a trouble ticket. The admin looked at the trouble ticket, he verified, okay, this is a good trouble ticket, and then from that he went in and then do the data location and then the storage provisioning in regards to that data, and then gave the access back to the developer. Basically, in regards to whole of the process from the time when developer wanted, and it took almost a day or a half for them to get that data. And that's a great bottleneck for them, because if you have multiple developers and they're looking for multiple copies, and in operation side you have one or two person, it's difficult to manage all the trouble tickets because it requires more manual process, mapping and whatnot. In case of Tintri, what we did is we have this feature of Sync VM, which is exclusively targeted towards the DevOps people and does the copy data management, that all the copy snapshots, whatever the RTOs people have built, that type of data will be available, and admins can just point it to their developers, and then developers can pick and choose the time of the production data. So it helps them do the particular feature testing at whatever time they are looking. Their QA cycles goes fast and whatnot. So it is pretty neat feature, and many of the leading industry enterprises are using it in different verticals in regards to their software development and accelerating their feature velocity.
Yeah, I mean, that's really important stuff. I know I speak to a lot of DevOps professionals and IT leaders, especially even business leaders, who are looking for faster cycle time. And it's incredibly frustrating when you can't get releases out on time as a business manager. You can't plan. As a QA leader, it's also hard to plan and do the right thing. How much faster can your customers get with this?
So what I told you, an example of like a day and a half, generally in the old process was a single copy. In our case, customer is able to do it within 5 clicks, less than 5 minutes, and multiple copies for multiple developers. So you can scale and not worry about the time or the click process. That is going to be instantly available always.
And you talked about being able to get access to different copies of the data. So you can even do potentially things like regression analysis and regression testing, and you can test different copies of the data against different code bases.
Yeah, and so that's a really good point. Yeah, that's how many of the people look at it. Like they bring up different test matrix, and they can go and look at different snapshot taken at different time, and then do a regression analysis or test test or a QA test cycles with it. And many of our customers do that. Like they have automated it with our REST APIs. So it's not just a UI based, but it has a very clean APIs, which basically you can make it a one single line and then just make it an automated script. So it's all REST APIs.
Nice. I bet your developer customers especially love that.
Yeah, so they are really happy about it because it's not about the storage as a storage for runs and volumes or at that level, but it's up-leveling the conversation to the point where it matters to the operators of cloud infrastructure or data center admins or the virtual admins and the developers who are looking at that type of speed to come in.
Brilliant. I like it a lot. You've been enjoying the DevOps Summit?
Oh, yeah, it has been pretty nice, and we have got a lot of data in regards to how people here are looking at the DevOps and what are their requirements. So it basically helps us learn more about what customer needs are evolving.
Because now, what sort of customers do you generally work with?
Generally, these are the enterprises, cloud service providers, and other service providers who are basically building the private clouds or are looking at the hybrid cloud type of strategy, but they have built multi-clouds within their environments. And a lot of them have to do with the virtualized apps also.
Brilliant. Excellent. No, lots of people like that here, so it sounds like a perfect venue for you. Dhiraj Sehgal from Tintri, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Andy. Thanks for your time.
Brilliant. So live from the DevOps Summit at Cloud Expo, I'm Andy Mann, and we'll see you next time.